What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to episode number 85 of my Paths of Power. First off, wanted to say thank you for those of you that attended the stream yesterday. I think there were about 7,500 views, so that is awesome. Wanted to say thank you guys who attended, and it was fun and all that good stuff. I won't be streaming today, though. I've got some stuff on my plate that I need to take care of, and I don't know about tomorrow either. Pops is coming into town, and I'm essentially the Air Japes taxi service for him when he comes in to do a little bit of business. But we are moving on with this Silver side. Nothing has changed. I've gone and taken a look at some of the players, and we'll do a little bit more of that later on, but I couldn't find a match here, or eventually I think I found a match, but it kept doing that opponent cannot be found thing for me, which I don't know if it does that for you guys in this daily tournament, but eventually we're not going to be playing a 2 latency thing. I don't know if you guys do that as well, but I will not play on 2 latency. There's just no need to. I'd rather wait 5 minutes and have an enjoyable game of FIFA. So I headed back into Division 1, Gonzalo FC. And he had a pretty darn good BPL side, some pretty quality players in there. And I was a little nervous, you know, 4-5-1's given us trouble in the past, but then I saw that he had Sessegnon at center mid, and not that I have a problem with Sessegnon. I think he's a brilliant player in real life. However, I don't think that he's the strongest holding mid, and we're getting things started. It's Wallison feeding guess who? Adrian in on through, and Adrian's going to do a little bit of work. Get bullied off the ball, bit unfortunate, but it falls to Leonardo, back to Adrian, and oh, so unlucky. I thought we were going to get a goal off of that to start. Wonderful little through pass, but it's a corner. And you know what? Adrian is surprisingly good on corners. I know I keep talking about this guy, but he's one of the more impressive players that I've used this year on Ultimate Team, at least for the way that I like to play. And he's 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, and I'm going to have to start working him into a few more squads and use him a little bit more often. Playing with this Silver squad has essentially rejuvenated me in terms of wanting to play Ultimate Team, as the 4-2-3-1, actually pretty darn strong formation. I'm enjoying it, especially with the way Adrian and Wallison play together. And it's Adrian stepping free and gets a little bit of space, and an absolute thunderbolt right into the back of the net. Lovely bit of dirty talk there from Adrian, and that is a fantastic. This is what I don't really know what else to say about this guy. He's just incredible. Very, very fun player to play with. Same thing goes for Leonardo, my right attacking mid. He plays in the Korean League. He 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, something, I think he's 77 pace, high 70s dribbling, and low 70s shooting, which is pretty darn good for a silver player. And so happy with that. Make a huge error trying to clear the ball right there, and sometimes when in doubt, clear it out. And I was just doing what a lot of people do, and that's just hit A straight forward, hoping the assisted controls work for me, and it goes right to one of my players' feet, but it did not, and that's a major mistake. He is bursting forward here, trying to get in on through. But we're going to nab that with Avine, I don't know how to pronounce that A, so I do apologize. But there's Leonardo popping up, and that's the strike to the far post. He scored a couple for us right now. He does very, very well running up that right attacking mid side, and he stays home. He counters when he needs to. He gets back. He tucks in defensively. So a very, very enjoyable team player to have on your side. He's pretty cheap, only a couple thousand coins, I think. So if you are looking for a Silver to kind of just add to the rotation, he's probably somebody to check out as well. But 3-1, we get another win in this season's Division 1, and I thought, okay, maybe it's time to add somebody new to the side, and just kind of went and looked, and just wanted to talk about some of the players as we go through. Went and looked at him, wanted to see, find out a little bit more about him. Was surprised to find out he's only 5'7", which he plays a little bit bigger, but we needed a fitness card after checking that out. And if you look for fitness cards long enough, you'll inevitably find a deal on them. Just shuffle through bronze, silver, gold. 1,500 for a silver squad fitness. Perfect. That's exactly what we were looking for. So that is exactly what we did. And there we go, having a look. I still want to pick up that Jorginho, I think, and give him a shot. And Elton is 5'3". I used him in my live stream yesterday, and he was okay. I think I'll probably get him just to add another 5-star skiller to the side. But he's going to have trouble replacing Leonardo out there on the right for me, which is probably where I'll play him because he's left-footed, and cutting in is always a good thing to be able to do. But I'm just looking for deals, essentially, and because what I'm doing is I'm learning the Silver market, and this tends to be what I do when I build new squads, is I take my time, or I at least try to take my time buying a team, and I learn the market at the same time. So then once I have my team, if I see a nice deal on a player, I can just go ahead and buy them and then sell them on for more. It's pretty simple, especially if I'm familiar with the player and know that they're a strong player. it's a good way to trade. And people always ask me and say, Japes, what's the best player to trade, or how do you trade, or what cards should I be looking for? Give me a card that I can trade easily. And guys, really the easiest cards that you can trade are the ones that you already have in your starting 11. And you're gonna say, well, it's 11 players. It's kind of hard to learn the prices. Well, in order to buy that player, didn't you have to learn the prices for him? The answer, it's kind of a rhetorical question, and the answer, of course, is yes, because you didn't want to get screwed and get a poor deal, so you had to go and check the market and find out what they were going for, and then try to look for the best deals. So you already have an idea of what they go for. Now you're just looking to buy cards for less than that, and then you should be able to sell them on for more. Lovely bit of passing, though, and it's Adrian semi-taking it around the keeper, but sliding it under the keeper's outstretched arms. This guy had another BPL side, so that seemed to be the theme of the day. Also wanted to say thank you guys for the feedback yesterday. It seems like you do indeed enjoy these longer episodes, so I will be working on continually doing that. We've got 3 matches in this one, I believe, and that might be a target that we'll aim for. I'm not totally sure how it'll all play out, but Wallison and Adrian, lovely bit of passing. Adrian fires a shot low at the near post. That's me just feeling a little too confident in the young Brazilian, but we're going to skip back to the near post and rifle one past Petr Cech that way. Using his strength to keep off David Luiz and John Terry, absolutely phenomenal. I'm not sure how tall he is, and I'm definitely thinking I'm going to be trying to pick him up now in my career mode after what an ultimate team stud he has been for us. But he manages to squeeze that one out in the 54th minute, but it's not going to be long before we manage to take it back away from him. Para, who was a very cheap right back, I'll be looking at other, upgrades to the left back and right back position. Some people have said, there are really better options out there, and that's something that I'll look into. But left back and right back, I've talked about this before, and those are 2 positions that I don't put a super high value on. I put a high value on them having around 80 pace, but beyond that, if I can pick one up for about 1,000 coins versus paying somewhere in the region of 10, 20,000 coins, I really don't know how much of an advantage or how much of an increase to the overall squad utility, or how much or how strong I feel the squad will play. And that's just a huge defensive error from me. He'd subbed on Sturridge, and I was still thinking that he had Chicharito on, so I swung over to his right foot, assuming he'd do what he'd done every time and swing over onto Chicharito's preferred right foot, but it was Sturridge, so he went left, and I was in trouble. A little bit of a fail pass for me there. He calls his keeper out early and clears it nicely. However, we're going to manage to get this back with Leandro Donizete, and if you guys can help me with some of these Brazilian pronunciations, or how to say them in Portuguese, that would be appreciated, as I do like doing my absolute best to get the names right. Wallison, though, there for the rebound, needs a little bit of polish on his boot, and he gets it from, I think that's Leonardo right there. And on we go, 4-1, and that is how this one will end. So a pretty convincing victory again for the squad in I think we're in the Gold Cup right now, and that's the Gold Cup final, as a matter of fact. So a nice little trophy under the belt for the Brasilvers. Still pretty convincing victories across the board, and I might change a few things defensively in this squad. Rodney's quite good and Kanu's quite good, but there might be better options out there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add to this squad so I don't have to buy fitness cards. I can just rotate players in and rotate players out, because then I'm really not worried about having to go out and spend that 1,500 when I could, if I spend 1,500 coins on a center back, that's going to pay itself off over the long run. And if you look at it as, hey, if I buy him for 1,500 and get a good deal on a player, sell him on for 2,000 afterwards, not paying for, all the fitness cards in between, you're looking at saving yourself 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 coins, depending on how long you use them. But we're moving forward again. It's Leandro Donizete finds Adrian, and Adrian's going to skip past the slide tackle. Near post shot. Near post is OP. 9th minute goal, and we have a lead again through our Brazilian youngster. And I'm going to just leave it at that. He's kind of one of those players that was like the first time I used Balotelli. I don't really know what else to say beyond that. Obviously, I titled him Silver Stunner yesterday, and I do apologize, guys, that the what I say does have an increase on the marketplace. It's one of those things. I like telling you guys about players that I enjoy using, and you guys can hear it in my commentary when I get excited about a player a player that I'm using. And so it's just kind of one of the effects that, and it's an external market factor. And we've talked about that before on FIFAnomics episodes or in Path to Power. And it's just one of those, things that kind of happens. It's Adrian skipping by the last defender in the 87th minute and fires a shot near post, goes off the post, but he's taken out from behind, and that is going to be a penalty. And I thought, Adrian probably going to have the best penalties in the squad. I was surprised to see Rodney, but great shooting stats from Rodney, the center back. So I'll have to take some long shots with him. But it is Adrian stepping up 1,000, 1,000 over to the side. And we have another goal for the Brazilian youngster. And that is how this match is going to come to a close. So 3-0 full time and a quality little 3-match sequence with these Brazilians to finish off beating FC Beast in, I think we're in the Daily Cup, and that was the second round of the Daily Cup. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this episode, a like or thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, I will do my best to have a career mode out later today. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.